This is Jonathan Agger.
We've been like friends for years.
I've known him a long time.
Yeah.
This is Jonathan Agger of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Ade Oladipo. We're here at Parker Wardley, head of Saturday Night. Ade, it's been a while. How you doing, mate?
Not bad, dude. It has been a while. It's been a while since we've been at the O2. And when you think about it, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, all of them have been the AO Arena, Co-op Arena, Saudi, America. I'm like, well, one second. I grew up on big fights in the O2. You know what I mean? Like, bloody GGG, Kell Brook, O2. Tony Bellew, David A, O2. AJ fights, O2. So it's good that we are now back to what is obviously the home of boxing's York Hall, but this is almost like the big home of UK boxing. So it's good that we're back here.
It feels like the biggest heavyweight fight we've had in the UK this year, which is mad because Fury and AJ have had 0 fights, which I think if someone said that to you at the end of the year, you might have been like, really? Like, are you surprised both of them haven't fought this year?
AJ has, right? The what? Wembley Stadium.
That's 2024.
Oh my, what, September 2020?
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, dude, that's shocking.
Yeah.
That's shocking, isn't it? Or is it? I mean, boxing now has become that true worldwide sport where fights are happening everywhere. So it's almost a case of fighters, and rightly so, highest bidder. Who's paying me the most, I will have passport and travel. But it is disappointing that our two biggest haven't fought here. I still can't believe that AJ was last year. Wow. What can you do?
Does it surprise you that he hasn't got? I know he had an injury and things, but do you feel like they're waiting on Jake Paul, see what happens there? Because there's been no talk about a possible fight for him. Yeah,
it does surprise me. I mean, AJ's not had this long a break ever in his pro career. Some people might say, you know, some fighters are doing that now, once a year. Crawford, look how good he is. 1 fight a year for the past 6 years. So maybe that's the way to go, but I know AJ's got itchy knuckles. I know that properly, so he wants to fight. I think the thing with AJ is that because he is such a big commodity and a big name, maybe it isn't just as easy as fight. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so much that has to take place in order for him to fight, and I think that's the problem. Like, I think AJ would love to have just a knock at the York Hall Bethnal Green, but can't do that. So it's almost too big for him just to rush back. So look, we'll see. I just hope that when he does come back, and I know he will, it's a good opponent that will test him, so we know where he is, and more importantly, he knows where he is.
I know you asked just in the last interview about comments this week on the ring show about AJ's resume and Hall of Fame, and do you think they're being serious, or this is just a wind-up?
I think it's for... I think there's, you know, to be fair, it might be serious. I think there's a part of them that obviously, you know, part of what they do is to get numbers. I understand it. It's the job we're in as well. But I do think there's this thing, there's a sneery kind of attitude American boxers and American writers and journalists, I think, have towards more UK fighters. I was going to say European, but I think they respect the likes of Usyk and Bivol, etc. But it's almost as though if you haven't done it in America, it doesn't count, or they try and compare everything to the 90s and the 80s, and we're not in that era now. You can only do what you can do in your era. Do you know what I mean? And if AJ's doing well in his era, that should be more than enough to grant a nominee in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, I do think AJ gets a rough ride, maybe because the last time they saw him in America, we saw it happen against Andy Ruiz. So maybe there's a bit of that, but dude, if a 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world doesn't get in, Olympic gold medalist, world championship silver medalist, a guy that sells out stadiums after stadiums, then maybe the voting's too tight. He has to be in.
Circling back to here, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be explosive Saturday night. What do you think it's going to come down to?
Guts. Right, there's going to be a few gut checks in there, and both of these guys have come through gut checks. Joseph's come through so many. Even the Joe Joyce fight, where he gets pummeled at the end, he is still trying to get up. He still wants to have a go, and we saw Fabio come for a big gut check against Fraser Clark. It also might come down to experience, but sometimes I feel like we oversell that. Ultimately, when these guys start throwing lever and hitting each other, a lot can happen, but I think it comes down to guts, and there's going to be a big gut check, and both men might hit the canvas. Both can punch. I think people are almost assuming Joseph can punch. So I'm expecting a war. a war, but I'm edging to Parker because of the history books and what has he done, and he's done a lot.
Lastly, Ade, it's sounding like Chisora Whyte 3 in December. I just spoke to Spencer Brown. He sounds pretty disappointed that it's not going to be Miller. He said they've signed for it, but it sounds like Derek's not interested. What's your thoughts on trilogy between them two?
It's a difficult sell, isn't it? I spoke about this on my channel. I'm like, I like it, but if there was an order, Miller's top of the tree. Miller, Wilder, and then Whyte, but only because of the history. It's a difficult sell because ultimately we saw Whyte get blasted out in 2 minutes. And if you get blasted out in 2 minutes, I mean, do you know what I mean? That's hard. Like, you
think the fans? I think the fans would turn up though, right?
Oh, they'll turn up.
Yeah.
They'll turn up because both of those guys are crazy. And ultimately, although Whyte got blasted out, he got blasted out by Talma, so it's not that bad. But Miller, they'll turn up for Miller as well. Like Miller would sell that thing. So slightly disappointed, but I'm happy for Whyte to get a final chance. I like Whyte. I got a little soft spot for Whyte, even though he put it on me in the face-off. I got a little soft spot for Whyte, and it's going to be a good fight as well. Like, I think that's more of a 50-50 fight than Chisora Miller. I think so. I'm not too mad at it.
All right, Ade, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. 110. Sold you short with that one.
Give me my credit. It's another 10,000.
But yeah, congrats on that achievement. How's everything going with your channel? You're doing lives, you're doing meet and greets and stuff. How's everything going?
It's good, you know. I felt like in the last maybe year, I've decided that I can't just sit down and just talk. I've got to like try and mix up with different bits. Obviously, G-Man's become quite a big sort of someone added to the channel. I do the car diaries and things like that. So we are trying to mix up, and I think that's helped the growth. And I've got so many crazy ideas. It's just sometimes my mind goes a bit too wacky, and I've got to realize that, you know, it's just me. I'm a one-man machine, so it isn't easy, but we're getting there. There's a lot of things that we're trying to do.
Check him out, Ade Oladipo on YouTube. It's easy to find. Just search his name, and you've got it. Ade, appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to Saturday night.